Hey folks, how we going? Just to give you an update on these little corner garden beds that we've got in here. As you know, we've finished the other side. Now I'm going to start working on these ones, and I have today. What I've done is I sprayed some slasher on earlier this morning, and you can see all the little ground cover weeds and some of the grasses have died off. It's only been about 8 hours since I applied it, not even actually, and it's dying off. But I've also done a quick test run to see the irrigation if it's working, because I need to hydrate the soil a bit before I compost it. And I turned it on for only about half hour, and you can see the little wet spots, see around the place there. It's actually working, but I need to keep it on for a little bit longer, well, a hell of a lot longer, because it's quite dry. So the slash has worked. This time tomorrow I can actually plant out here. So what I'm going to do is actually compost it, fill it up with a bit of compost, a bit of aged chicken manure and compost and soil and things like that, and then do my planting. And the irrigation's going to stay up, so I'm not going to move the irrigation. It's going to stay where it is, and then I'm just going to mulch it over the top. And that's the same with all these garden beds. And these citrus trees, these young ones, just pay attention to them now. If you've got something that looks like that and needs a bit of work, well, just follow this page, Vasilis Garden Official, and so you can see the updates and how we actually work on our citrus trees to get them to rejuvenate, to grow again, to green up again. That lemon tree's gone really backwards. That orange tree's doing better. It's actually greening up, but that's okay. But let's go to the veggie garden now. Well, I didn't show you the soil over there in those garden beds. We spoke how it's just a little bit dry. Well, it's completely dry. I know I didn't grab the soil to talk about it because it's important, and it's all about soil today. And I'll quickly show you what's going on here. These lettuce have gone to heaven. Snails got to them. We haven't harvested them, so we're going to give them to the chooks, and the chooks are going to give us eggs in turn. But what I've done here is I've got some chard here, some silver beet, and some, I forgot what that one's called. I can't remember, some sort of lettuce anyway. I've planted that over there. But what I found is I pulled out the kohlrabi, and that's gone inside. My better half's taken control of that. What I want to show is this. Have a look at this. That's my soil. Here I am telling you all about compost and things like that. But see, this is a bit of composted soil that I brought in, or topsoil. And this is what I mean about bought stuff, when you buy that stuff and you don't get enough organic matter dug into it. So I put my mulch underneath, my straw that is, my manure, and you've seen me do this. I mean, I've actually filmed all these segments showing you how it happens. Now, what's happened here is it's dehydrated because it's on the edge here. See this bed here? Look how dry it is over here. I've got it raised and there's no wall against it to control it. So that's what's causing it to dry out. But if I go further in the middle, it's fine. Now this can be fixed, hydrated, and it comes apart, but it shouldn't get to this stage. None of your garden beds should get to this stage. Over here. Now this is the soil in the middle. Have a look at that. Not too bad, huh? I'll bring it out in the sunlight. Can you see that better? There we are. The texture in that's beautiful. Now that's working well here. That's in the middle of the garden bed, and I've just top dressed this with a bit of aged chicken manure and straw. Oh, here we are, there's a little plant there. Well, that's part of that, but that's okay. But on the side beds, if you got that, if this is what your garden bed's like, what are you going to grow in this? How can you expect the little tiny roots to push through that? So you've got to break that up. You've got to loosen it up and add your organic matter and straw into it and blah blah blah. Over here, okay, I haven't dug it. We're talking about a no-dig garden. And the idea is so that you can just top it up, like I've done here. I've just put some mulch on top. I haven't dug it over. I dug a little hole to plant into it. But over here where there's nothing, there it is. Look at that. That's my soil underneath. Yeah, I just hydrated. I put EcoBoost and Liquid Gold. We'll watch these. Pencil in your diary what date I planted them. I can't remember. What's today? The 31st, the last day of October. We've planted those. You're watching this on the 1st of November. So we'll come back here week by week and see how fast they grow with a nice loose soil. Over here I had my broccoli. It's gone to heaven, gone to seed. We collected as many little broccolinis as we can. I've left 2 there to get some seed off them. And I'm planting some tomatoes here. And the same thing here. As I was digging the hole here near the edge, it's hard. Not as hard as the other side, but it does break up. It's the same, that topsoil. So when you go shopping from your local garden centre, doesn't matter what you buy, how good they tell you it is, you need to dig in your matter, organic matter like that, put it into it, especially if it's prone to drying out like that. Now, the rest of the garden bed's okay. These tomatoes are this big. So no, I didn't dig a hole down to China to bury them. And you're going to see it on today's episode at 2 p.m. how we do it. Now you'll see my garden bed on the other side that we prepared. So watch the episode, tune in on 7/2 at 2 p.m. to see how I prepare a garden bed exactly on top of a weed-infested lawn area or bed area. So we prepare it, we plant the tomatoes, and you'll see how I plant them to get it from that to that, and it's not straight down. And if you've guessed it already, you're probably right. Also, look at these. Mama grew these for me. Spring onions, a heap of them in a polystyrene box. It's over there. I didn't bring it over to show you, but you can have a look at it afterwards if you want. It's over there. Now, what you've got to do with these, because I've pulled them out, because I don't like pulling them out and disturbing the roots like this. See that? They'll be okay. I'll put them in the ground. But a quick tip, if you're worried about them, things like that, take the tops off, take them into the kitchen, eat them, and plant these. Continuous picking, that's what we're doing here. So we're going to plant them along the edge around the tomatoes. And compost, manure, and don't forget folks, your liquid gold and Eco Boost, because that's what's really going to give them a chance to grow. Oh sorry, I can't forget our black grit. That's the stuff that makes it really grow well. Big, strong, especially on blossom end rot. We are in tomato season. It's horse racing week, so everybody's planting the tomatoes. Have lots of fun, support your local garden centres. Get your black grit. If you don't want blossom end rot, which is the rotting of your tomatoes, this will stop it. Check it all out on our website, vasilisgarden.com. They have got the buy one, get one free special, and they're giving you 10, 15, 20% off the sale price. That's crazy. I don't know why they're doing that, but anyway, they want you to have a better garden than me. Check it out, vasilisgarden.com, and don't forget to tune in at 2 p.m. on 7/2 from me, Vasily Maresi. I'm going to get back into my garden.